Okay, so I'm back recording, and now I'm going to navigate to where the data is stored. Okay, so go to your file browser and navigate to wherever you copied your folder path into those 3 scripts. That should be where your data is being saved. So ours was under Documents, VR Data, under Test Data, and so I did not put in a participant number, so it automatically created participant 0. And so there will be 3 files, 3 Excel files that are created per participant. One is for the head position data. The other one called participant data, that will include their affordance judgments and response times. And then this is actually not necessary. Okay. So let's look at participant data first. Okay, so you can see I went through a few trials here, and the first set of trials, the first set of 7 are labeled trials because these are our practice trials. Okay, and then you see, so you've got the participant number here, you've got the scene. So the near, that's left over from a previous trial, so we can clean the data up and go through there and delete all that eventually. But what you want to pay attention to is the number, which gives you the angle. So this was a 75 degree, a 45 degree, a 30 degree, 0 degree, 90 degrees, and 60 degrees, and that was all within the trial block. If I would have continued, it would have gone through all the trials, and then it would start a new naming scheme without trial. After it finished the first block of the 7, it would start another naming scheme by saying, like, for instance, near 6002, and then there would be near 6003. And so you have the trial block, the regular block, the 01 and the 02, and those together give you your 28 trials. Block and hand dominance don't matter. The trial numbers begin at -14. That's another thing we'll probably clean up per data sheet. It's just relabeling the trials. You have the condition order, or the condition again. Order doesn't matter, but these are your important things here. This is your responses. So these were my affordance responses for each trial. No, no, yes, yes, no, no. And then I have the response times for each trial. Okay, so that's the position data sheet, and the participant data sheet, and then we also get the position data Excel sheet. And so this one is going to be much longer because it's updating every frame with the rotation and position coordinates of the headset, along with the total time from the beginning of the start of the study. Also includes, so this block here tells you the position data for the headset is constantly recording whether or not the participant is in the trial or not. So we use this column here to determine when the participant was in the trial. So this is when I was in the first trial, but I hadn't yet clicked left stick to remove the black screen. So it's labeled as 0, and you'll see if I go down, 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 down until this hits a 1, that's when you know that I started the trial. So I was kind of talking through this. So you can see this was 8 seconds after the experiment started, 9 seconds. So let's go down, down, down. So we start seeing some data here, which tells us that this is when the trial started. Okay. And so we can go from here all the way down. So trial 1 started. In this particular scenario, it started 45 seconds after the study started. And trial 1 lasted about 19.31 seconds. Okay, so all that there would be the position data for trial 1. Okay. And I believe that's it. So like I said, you don't need the error count file. You can do away with those. These are the only two we need here. And they're automatically created. Every frame, the Excel sheet is being updated with data. That's why you can't have Excel open while the study is running. So even if something occurs midway through the study and you have to stop it, you still will get all the data that recorded before that happened. And then the naming scheme is automatically updated based on the participant number that you enter in before the study. So this would be participant 0, but if I were to put a 1 there, it would be position data 1, position data 2, and so forth. One other thing I can think of is that for our experiment, we're doing 3 different postural conditions. And so we're going to have to stop and start the experiment 3 different times. Run it once per condition. And so when you're doing that, you can actually enter in the same participant number each time. So we have to stop and start it 3 times, but we can enter in the same participant number, and it'll actually add that data to the existing Excel sheet. So it won't create 3 Excel sheets for each time we run it. It actually amends the previous one. And it'll even put in a little header. So like, for instance, say we collected all the data for the first one, it'll insert a header, another header just like this, to divide the different times that we stopped it and started it. So that's really helpful. I'm trying to think of anything else I can add here. I think that's it. So actually, I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, just send me an email.